Okay, so as it turns out, I'm a real noob at streaming and I have bitrate issues and frame rate issues and all kinds of stuff. And I posted up that video the first 4 hours in the world, and then the next 3 days worth of video play that got recorded didn't have any real audio and was a lot of AFK sessions, a couple little build, farm stuff, getting infrastructure set up in a new world. And as you can see, we're in the house here. That's the villager breeder that I set up here at the iron farm. But I don't know how it was before, but I've since moved out. During those 3 days, I have mined for netherite. I've gone to the end. I've even gotten a little bit of enderite. Like, so I've got an enderite chest plate and an enderite sword so far, which is kind of nice. As it turns out, wolves will trigger raids. Oh my goodness! But look at that. I have a totem with green things. What this is it's one of the mods, and you put honey blocks around the totem, and now you have a stinging totem of undying. So if something kills me, they get a swarm of bees to deal with. Yes! I like this theory. I got backup. That's awesome. So, I do have a wolf, and I'll show you him here in a little bit. Of course, I call him a doggy because they're doggies. And it looks like it's nighttime here in the village, so let me go ahead and sleep here real quick. And I'll get you caught up to speed as to what's going on, and I'll try to be better about posting. I did post up the World Seed with the first 4-hour video adventure in the world. With my first trip to the nether, of course I came home with a bunch of netherite, so what else do you do but build a big, ugly, monolithic tower? But as it turns out, there are 3 cats in there, and that got me my first little bit of gunpowder. It is not efficient, and it wasn't designed to be. It's just to get the job done. That with a little bit of paper gives me my first little bit of rockets. I've also set up all the workstations. You can see I have a barrel here for fishermen. I have job stations over here. I've got a bunch of little manual farms where I've got, huge nether wart manually. This is my cartographer's office. I'm really proud of this. Endless Adventures. Oh, what a cool place. So I have my cartographer in here. And, I've got end rods. I did beat the dragon once. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to record it. I'll be able to make sure that the next one I kill is definitely on video, because that was hilarity ensued. But I've got him trapped in here. He's got his desk and a couple filing cabinets. I don't have him leveled up yet. I still need to work on that. But I've got, all the little accoutrements that make it, Endless Adventures, which I'm really proud of that little build. As cheesy as it is, I like it. And then I've trapped my cleric over here. He's a bad influence on the village, but he is fully maxed out on trades, and I'm able to sell him all of my rotten zombie flesh for emeralds. I also get glowstone and redstone from him when I need to. And if I have an overabundance of nether wart, I can make some emeralds selling them to him too. So he's always there for me. And I really liked how I captured the cartographer at Endless Adventures, the bad seed influence of the village. He's in there in his little lab cooking up potions and offering up explosives to the community. I mean, that's a sketchy guy, but we'll deal with him. I had built this little silo here, really cheesy, but it's basic redstone. It stores cobble for me. Here's the input chest, then it goes up to the top and comes down. Yay. I have a lot of jobless villagers. I still have a couple of cats in here. This is where I was breeding the cats for the tower. Let's see. I want to make a little station for him. He's not leveled up. I had another one, but something happened to him. I don't know. And this is the new guy that took the job, but whatever. So I have some sheep here, and I'm going to make a wool farm so that I can sell wool directly to the shepherd. I figured it'd be handy to have a little micro farm here to generate things to sell to him and make emeralds. This is how I've been making my paper so far. It's just a manual sugarcane farm. I run through here and just gather it up. So on the list is, some more automation. A lot of setting up the village was quick. Throw up some walls, plant some seeds, and just get some manual farms going so I can get some resources. The bamboo, I haven't harvested in a while. I've since built a bamboo farm. That was shortly after the slime farm, which we'll get there. But this is the iron farm that you saw me build at the end of the 4-hour session, and it has been rockin' steady. Half the time I take the iron and I've been selling it to villagers for emeralds, and I sell carrots to farmers for emeralds. And in the villager breeder, this guy has been rocking out bread like a madman. Look at that. I got bread for days. All the villagers I could ever want are right there. So we keep that in safekeeping. And then I have more carrots out of that guy. And he'll buy my carrots, and the other farmer will buy my carrots, and this guy will buy carrots. So I'm able to make a lot of emeralds there. I've also made the Nims tree farm on the backside here. So I'm able to load it up with bone meal, grab a sapling, hop in here, and just chop away at wood and get stacks of wood. I'll put a link in the description for the Nims tree farm video where he was using iron blocks. I swapped it out for blackstone. I've spent a bit of time in the nether, and I really like the blackstone. Even against the melons, I think it's a cool looking building that, while this was of the elements as I built it, and with what minimal blocks I had, the blackstone entrance into the village and the nether influence, it really shows where this once peaceful town had one guy come in and go, "Let me show you the joys of the south side." And he sells explosives, he brings renewable wood sources. Oh, it's bad. So I'm no longer living in this house. I did go through the very painful past, as you know, and it was streamed for many hours that didn't have any type of quality recording to keep, but I have librarians out the wazoo. They are not cheap trades, they're just whatever it is. 33 emeralds for fire protection 4, I'll take it. I just wanted the books. I can worry about making it cheaper later, but I have those guys in there, and then I have another hall in here. This is where I've been setting their trades, and then I lock them in their spots. Before I put a roof on this thing, somehow lightning got in here, and that one got turned into a witch, and I had to kill it. But I didn't lose too many, and so I still have a little bit of work here. You'll see on my to-do list to get us all caught up. That's on the list of things to do. So I've got all these villagers, I got butchers, I did get a couple beehives, and you can't see much from in here because it's all dirt, but encased in there is a couple nests, a couple flowers, a couple of dispensers, a couple of observers, and it all dumps out into here. I've got honey farm out the wazoo. And there's a bee nest with more bees in it, in case I wanted to add on, but as it turns out, I need to clear this and I'm not going to worry about it right now. So let's go up on the gunpowder thing and give you the bird's eye view, especially since we can fly now. This was my first, if I could fly. Let's get some altitude. Yeah. I'm sitting here on my bed and trying to work the mouse at the same time right now. It's a little fun. So, what we've got here, overlooking the village, you can see I've built up the librarian trading hall to kind of blend in with the village. I need to work on it a little bit more. I still have some more walls to knock down from my original build. That's my original single pumpkin and single melon farm. Before I busted out the blocks, the villagers got in with the chickens, so I have a basic chicken farm to give me feathers and raw chicken, which I can sell to the butcher that's over here next to the leather worker, cow grinder for leather and beef. I have farmers, some of them will buy carrots. Each of these houses is jam-packed with beds. I have beds out the wazoo. There's a mason over there in that building. So you can see the tree farm from here. It really looks good, nestled into the spruce there. It looks like an Enderman left a dirt block for me. I'll have to clean that up. Let's see. So I've got all my walls. Over here is a bunch of new stuff. Here we can see the top side. I've got the Netherwart farm, a crimson tree for decoration, the roof of Endless Adventures, a little farm wagon, because I'm going to be setting up a melon and pumpkin farm here pretty soon, and I'll record that and post that to YouTube. But I figured I'd start decorating it up, because I want to put my farmer villagers lined up right here by the stand, so that I can buy and sell all my melons and carrots straight to a group of farmers, and also get them all leveled up so I can get golden carrots. I have them from a couple of the farmers over there, so I have a good stockpile. Let's see, it's getting nighttime. Let me slap down a bed here real quick. I've been really good about keeping the mobs from spawning so we don't have a bunch of creeper potholes, although when I'm AFKing sometimes we get a lot of Enderman potholes. So let's see, over here, see, so the melon and pumpkin farms will go there. This is the bamboo farm that I built, and it's got a little slime block flying machine and hopper mine carts underneath of it. That's the auto return circuit, and I'm going to disguise it as an apartment building and put in a bunch more beds, extend the walls, and see if I can't get some of these homeless villagers to go into a 3-story garden apartment. I think it'd be funny to see them walking the staircases to go into their rooms. That is a kelp farm, which I'll show you in a minute, and cactus farm there. The X there is actually an underground marker. I tried to make a generic XP farm. It really doesn't work out too well. But I'm leaving it there as it's a big block of cobblestone and could be used as the foundation for expanding the city out. Now in this ravine, I went mining to get coal and stuff for furnaces. You can see there's my water stream to get down there. And I discovered a slime chunk. So we'll just fly all the way down here instead of taking the water. But if you're coming in the world, right at the base of the ravine here on the right hand side, this chunk right here is a slime chunk. Oh, look at that. You brought me a cactus. Give me your pearls. Thank you. I just dug out a wall here and hollowed it out. I didn't go all the way up to the surface. All the technical Minecrafters out there are going, it's not gonna be efficient. it's efficient enough. It's a single player world, and I'm a week in, and I have more slime than I know what to do with right now. It seems like every time I come down here, it's just about full. So call it inefficient if you must. Um, the blocks aren't perfect. I get slime. I get a lot of slime. And it's just stacks of iron golems all the way up, 3 block high, the entire chunk, and a pit of campfires over some hoppers to put the slimes into a chest. It's really just mine it out. And that's where I started getting a bunch of redstone, a bunch of lapis, some coal. I have other areas that I've mined out, but I figured this is a good one. You know, remember this if you're playing in the same world. You got a slime chunk right here next to the village, and it's within the render distance. So while you're working in the village, you're generating slime. Just come down here periodically. Don't blow up. Don't blow up. Yeah. Oh, another one. Let's get out of here. So I just go down there for the slime, and I'm going to bring it up so that I can have something else. But this is the new house I've been working on. So I've got a bunch of blackstone, and I got some red nether brick going on, and I got some nether wart block, and I like the oak roof. I thought about doing crimson like I did in my multiplayer world, but I'm kind of liking the oak, and it's a little bit different. And while it's not a Jaracraft design, it's coming along. I think I've come up with a really nice base, and with the piston mod, I told you I was going to be working on these gates. Well, there's a bunch of redstone under here that it took me a while to figure out the pulse ticks enough to raise and lower the gate. But this one will close the gate, or I can use the target block that's hidden behind my banner there, or I can hit the button. So either way, it activates a bit of redstone, the gate goes up, and I have buttons on the inside so I can close it. This side, whether it's on the inside or the outside, is always open, and this side is always closed. And that's determined by the first block that you place is where the start sequence is. So you're going to open from the first block placed. It took me a bit to figure that out. And then it's just a hollow cavity up there to make room for the blocks to move up. Really clean install. So I made a new storage room, and I only have 2 double chests here that are completely empty for items. And all of these aren't full. Like I have a little bit of iron, tools from looting and whatnot. I got some andesite. I've started keeping the andesite and granite. I've been watching some videos. I went to the Mesa biome and got quite a bit of terracotta, so I can do some glazed terracottas. Just starting to build inventories. I've got a bunch of gravel. I've got a bunch of sand. I have a little bit of leather. These are some gifts from the cats. I don't have many item frames left. I've been saving some of the leaves as I've been getting the wood manually before I built the wood farm. Some of the flowers that I've gathered, I'm saving them for decoration. A double chest of quartz. It's not that I have a lot of quartz, but it's a place to put it. All the extra dyes. This is the leftovers. I've put together a shulker that's my fabulous dyes and prizes. So I've got, the flower charge, which I needed to make my banner. I have a couple of buried treasure maps, so we're going to be able to go on some adventures here soon. I found those, and it's like, oh, I'm going to record those adventures. Those are going to be fun. I've got end blocks from when I went there, and I only have the one elytra so far, and luckily I haven't lost it, so I need to get a backup. That'll be coming in a stream soon. I've got a bunch of nether block stuff where I've been all over the nether. I've got shulkers full of netherrack, and I'm low on the blackstone. There's a few stacks in there, but I'm working on the castle. Let's see, slime. I told you, I have plenty of slime for right now, and I have quite a bit of honey for right now. This is my piggy bank. I've been building up, you know, emerald trading, some gold, some lapis, a little bit of netherite scrap. I'm low on the diamonds, I'll admit it, but I spent a bunch of them on XP books. Each one of these, if you're at 0 XP, it'll give you up to 30 levels of XP. So as I've been racking up the XP, I use 2 diamonds, 2 lapis, and a book. And that creates an XP book, and then you can store your experience points in there so that if you die, you can get your experience back if you have to enchant up some armor quickly or something. I've got tons of carrots to sell. I don't have many melons. I don't have many pumpkins, but that's where I've been doing it manually, and we need some farms to up those inventories, especially since I'm going to be going through a lot of pumpkins for making my sugarcane farm. For wool, it's been manual stuff and what I've traded with wandering traders. And as it turns out now, I have a need for yellow wool to make banners so that I can easily duplicate that. It originally was a red background, and I swapped out the red for the black. I found it online, and I like the black background on there better. So I even put one on my shield. Check this out. Oh, it's pretty cool. So I do this, boom. Oh, let's spin around this way. I'm a noob. Boom. Phoenix on the shield. Now it doesn't render quite the same because it has to shrink it down to fit the width of the shield, but I've already wasted the banner. I'll keep it on the shield, and when I'm using the shield, that's what I'll do. But for right now, I keep the shield in here, and I've been carrying my totem. Let's go ahead and put gunpowder away, and we'll put the ender pearls away. The cactus goes down there. I'm saving up the sugarcane. I'm going to need a lot of this so I can plant the sugarcane for the sugarcane farm. The dirt goes in here. The string goes in here. You see I have quite a few of these supplies. I've got quite a few mob heads too. I've been collecting them up. I've killed a lot of endermen for XP and to gather up pearls. But let's go check out the rest of the world so far. I guess before we go too far, let's check out the rest of the house. I have 2 small furnaces so that when you come home and you only have like 4 items to smelt, you can just throw it in here, use coal. I'm not too worried about it. I've been stocking it up in blocks. Mostly I use it for torches and these 2. This is actually a double chest hiding behind the banner. That's my smelter. So you put your furnace fuel in here, which I'm rocking dried kelp from the dried kelp farm, which I'll show you in a minute. This is the items to smelt, and this is where your items come out. I also have the jukebox, and while I was in the nether I found a bastion that happened to have pig step. Oh yeah, this is my jam. So I've got my little mirror, I've got anvil, grindstone, stone cutter, I've got the brewing stand there, a brewing stand there. I'm using barrels. I've brewed up a ton of potions for coming adventures. I've got supplies here for still getting more. The pufferfish, originally I thought I was going to have to kill one of these guys. One of these guys is missing, and these are tropical fish and pufferfish that I got from Wandering Traders. These are from Warm Ocean, and I mined some up. Of course, I used some for TNT duping. I have a little bit of sea grass and stuff here. But the smelter uses the pipes mod and routes around the corner. And I figure I 52 charges. You can shift right click with the sword and teleport instead of having to carry ender pearls in a separate inventory spot. It comes out of your sword, and since you're walking around defending yourself, you can rapidly teleport. And when you get enderite on the shield, you can do the same thing, load it up with ender pearls, and when you shift block when someone's attacking you, it teleports them away from you, giving you an extra sense of safety, which I thought was really, really cool. So we'll check that out. Here I've got my pet kitty, and I've got my wolfie, and he's in some rockin' protection 4 diamond wolf armor. He's doing good. I got my fireplace, and again my big banners that were my badge of honor from my victories. And I got a Ravager's head, so I put him over the mantle of the fireplace. And here's what I ended up doing with one of the puffer fish. I built myself a little aquarium in my house, and I've got a spare armor. Now, all of that does not have the same enchantments as what I'm rocking now. That's part of my list to do, is complete my spare set. And there's a spare sword, and I have a shulker here that has basically everything I have in inventory here, but not at the same enchantment levels. So I've started my, inevitable falling into the void, lose everything, and I need to recoup. There's a bunch of the groundwork. It's not going to take me long between the emeralds, books, villagers, XP levels. It's on the to-do list, and we'll get that rocked out. Then I have my upstairs step here. I've got my lily of the valley, nice little plant. I still need to finish the towers on the side, but I've got it mob proofed so that I'm safe here, and I've still got stuff to build out and expand upon. Nice little hole in the ground. I commandeered a trader lump, and I put a box on him, and he's the next level from the best for storage. So he's got a lot of storage in there. Right now he's on a lead lashed up to the fence post. And there's my wolf breeding pit, so that if my wolf dies, I can replace him quickly. And I have a stable here. Well, we'll get down there and look at the wall. In here, I put a couple coral in there, and I have one lonely sea pickle. And that's so that I can start doing sea pickle, and I'll put some sand in there and do seagrass as well, to be able to start making some of those aquatic things as a quiet manual farm here. Quiet is key. I do have a doorbell though, so you ring the doorbell to get in. Yay! I don't know why it dings the third time, and I'm not overly concerned about it to troubleshoot it. I've been all over the place. I've got waypoints. The XP you saw was just in a box in the hole. This is the home. I found a flower forest, and that's where I went and harvested a bunch of flowers. There's where I found some coral. I did find the end portal, and I put a waypoint there, so it just teleports straight to the end portal room. And you saw the slime label also. In the nether, I've got a little bit going on. This is my netherite mining progress. We'll go there in a little bit. This puts me at another fortress right near a blaze spawner, so I can go get blaze rods whenever I want. I started to build a gold farm, real basic. It really doesn't work much, and I could actually delete that, but I'm going to recover the couple hoppers and honey blocks that I have over there. In the end, I started mining for enderite, so I have down in an island where I've been getting enderite so far, and I bookmarked where the end city is that I've looted to get all my shulkers that I have and the elytra that I have. So it's not a whole lot going on, but a lot happened since the first 4-hour video. Instead of teleporting everywhere though, it's kind of fun to fly around. And I can show you also on the big map. Let's bring up the big map. You can see I've been flying around a lot. this is where I ended up finding the coral, so I was able to look at all that coral reef. I got everything I could need coral wise there. And then there's the shipwreck where I found one of the buried treasure maps. While I was flying around, I don't need a cartographer for this. But look at that, we got a sea monument. So I've started the process of building that, and it looks like there's a shipwreck there too, next to it. So that'll be a fun adventure. We get a lot going on there. I followed the ender pearl, and it led me up into here where I dug a hole in the ground, mined around, and found the end portal room. Let's see. Over here, I was in a boat, and I found a witch hut somewhere over here, but I don't plan on doing anything with the witch hut other than maybe trying to steal her black cat. There we go. There's the witch hut that I found. And I think there was another one that I flew over, and it's over here. It looks like there's a witch hut right here as well. So for those of you that like witch huts, there you go. There's a couple of them around Spawn, which Spawn is right about here. And this is that bunker that I found in those first 4 hours. I since went and pillaged it. There was nothing in there. But a lot of times you'll find a creeper, some skeletons in there. This is where I got the terracotta. And I was just flying around looking for stuff. I'm on the lookout for an outpost. I haven't found one of those yet. I found a couple villages, and there's where the flower forest starts, and you can see, oh, it's a big flower forest. There's lots of flowers to be had there. And then I think it was up here is where I ended up mining a bunch of ice. No, it was down here. I mined a bunch of ice and stuff to get some blocks, just building up an inventory of needed things at the base. And we'll zoom in here and see. There's the slime chunk, the XP farm, the kelp farm, bamboo farm, the house. You can see here's the village. I just walled it off. And there's the tree farm and the iron farm. So I haven't ventured out too far. But let's show you what I've done in the nether here, because this is really low resource. I'm really proud of myself. I'm going to get nether hat here. And because, dealing with the hoglins, we want to make sure that that's all good. Oh wait, and I needed to show you the kelp farm before we left the overworld. How could I forget the kelp farm? Oh, hello, Mr. Spider. Goodbye, Mr. Spider. Oh, there's another spider. This is the controls for getting the bamboo. It's a slime block flying machine, and I explained it. But that's where the hopper is, or the chest to collect it. So you come in here, and I dug a hole and just put a bunch of kelp in the ground and put a slime block flying machine, simple torch, boom, slime block flying machine, breaks the kelp slime. It all floats to the top. And then all I have to do is run around here and scoop it up. And I have kelp here. I love using kelp as furnace fuel. I know there's a lot of you out there that are like, why use anything else? You end up with so much coal just mining. Well, coal by itself only does 8 blocks in a smelter, and if you do a coal block, yeah, it does better. If I used coal for torches, you need torches for lanterns and whatnot, and kelp does 20 items, or kelp block smelts 20 items for the cost of 1, and using a smoker, it smelts up pretty quick. Again, I'm using the pipe mods here to reroute and do a crisscross so that I have Or no, this one doesn't have the crisscross. Yeah, because this is where it comes out the bottom. So this one, the one at the house is crisscross. This one you put your stuff in up top like you would any other super smelter. This one puts the dried kelp blocks into the furnace. This has your dried kelp come out. There's your crafting block. Here's where the cactus comes out. And yeah, we're good. And I'm gonna call it for a clip right here. Mom's home with lunch, so I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are in my little corner of the nether. I was mining down, you can see the coordinates on the screen. We're at Y level 14, not too far from the center of the nether, a couple hundred blocks out. But I was mining a too high space because I don't want to deal with Enderman or gas, so keep it too high. And I was just clearing out the whole area, not strip mining, just the whole thing. So up there's a big wide open space. As well, we're in the basalt deltas here because I wanted to be surrounded. Zombie penguins coming in here. Just a simple set of double doors. Hello, friend. That's because I didn't get them shut fast enough. You just have soul sand there, and then this set of trap doors keeps the babies from coming through underneath. And the experience sinks down in the soul sand, so if you put a block directly in front of it, it won't come forward. It needs to roll off the edge before it comes up to you. And I also captured one of our little hoglin buddies and gave him a name tag. He's named a basalt miner, but since he's completely encased, you can't see his name tag. But I named the waypoint for teleporting here. I put in this simple hopper clock there. I want to say it's 10 items, 11 items. Just a little bit of a delay, but it cycles through, so I can put gold in the dropper up here, and it goes in a couple hoppers down here into a chest, so I get everything that he drops, and I'm safe from being gotten from. And then I put together a simple smelter here, so I have the hopper going into the bottom. I just feed it coal manually, and I can put stuff in the top here, and it cycles through. I've got the anvil, so that as I'm gathering experience, if I need to enchant something or whatever that I'm using the experience for, and I've got the anvil for that stuff. I put a grindstone in here because these guys, some of them are carrying enchanted swords. So instead of throwing them out, I pull out the enchanted sword, and there's like fire aspect on. I come over to the grindstone, and I'm able to get that little bit of experience before I send it off to here for it to be turned into little nuggets. So it's an interesting little setup, but for what, 1, 2, 3 hoppers there, 1, 2 hoppers there, 2 hoppers there, so what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, a total of 9 hoppers, a sticky piston, a regular piston, a little bit of redstone, a furnace, a couple top blocks, and I have a basic gold farm. And believe me, there will be a better one because it's down here, there's caves, there's all kinds of stuff. But I made it so that these guys can only pass fine into here. And that guy has a name tag of Never Go Home. He holds the aggro there so that any of them that are spawned in the region are going to come and try to get me. So I have the mechanics of everything for a gold farm. It's just not a high yield. But for right now, to get me started in the world until I can get some resources and build some of these things, it's getting me some things so I can do some things, and then I'll get some things. Make sense? I hope it does. But this is the extent of the Nether Farms at this point. I mean, it's a huge cavity that just goes on and on and on that I hollowed out to get netherite, and a rudimentary gold farm with one hoglin trader. That's it. Just one. We'll get more going later, because I have a Blackstone affliction or something. I don't know. I love the Blackstone black. And of course I need gold for the powered rails for me to make some of these farms. So I'm trying not to trade all my gold away. I'm taking some of it home and I leave some of it here. But yeah, these guys, see, they trickle in. It's not an AFK all the time. You gotta work. But, you know, why are we playing the game? Are we playing the game to just to have it turned on and us to look at a screen? Or are we actually swinging our sword at something? Not to mention, looting 3, much better drops. And I've been able to get a couple heads from it as well. So it all works out. I take the flesh home, and I'm able to sell that to my clerics. And it looks like I have 4 neat swords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Look at that. 8 unenchanted swords. So, oh wait, that one has an enchantment on it. So we'll fix that real quick. Now, and also, by doing this, every time I'm doing this, of course I'm getting a little bit of experience from here, but all the swords that I'm putting through here, the furnace, it's storing the XP in the furnace. If I'm ever at a shortage and I need some experience points, I can put anything on here that will lock that hopper so that it doesn't auto withdraw anything. And when I manually withdraw something from the furnace, I get all the experience stored up in it. So it's a bit of an XP bank here as well. Again, manual farm operations, but how much do you really need? I know we want all of it, but how much do you really need? I've been out of sight for too long. They've lost the aggro, I think. Yeah, he's not coming for me. Oh well. Well, let's head back home and I'll show you the to-do list. And then I'm going to wrap up this video, and the next video will be actually working on this list. So here we are, we ring the doorbell. Hello, company. So we're down here and I've built a wall list and I've started preparing some shulkers. So in the overworld, we have make the melon farms. You saw where I wanted to put them behind the little farm stand. Look at melon farms. Here is a shulker where I have, instead of just building the farms, I'm prepping for videos. I have all the supplies necessary to make pumpkin and melon farms ready to go. Like I said, a lot of what I've been doing here so far has just been collecting blocks and building a basic house. The monument farm doesn't have much in it. The sugarcane farm doesn't have much in it. The hero of the village farm, it's there just because it's over here. Find outpost and build totem farm. So that's a thing. It's on the to-do list, but we're not there yet. So it'll be nice to get some of these things knocked out. A flower farm. You know, we have found that flower forest, so I want to build a farm there so I can get lots of dyes to stockpile, so I have all the colors I'll ever need for anything. And then I want to do just a 2-sheep wool farm. I don't need 1 million wool right now. I just need something that I can sell to a villager, make a couple emeralds until I can build that farm, and also make banners because I'm enjoying the banner stuff, and I'll want carpeting for decorating. The turtle farm doesn't have much in it, but a little bit more time at the wood farm, and I'll have everything I need so we can build a turtle farm. And I definitely want to do the turtle farm before I take on the monument. Having a turtle shell helmet will be nice to go up against the Guardians. Uh, so we've got the melon farms, the monument, prismarine, and of course the way that I'm going to build this is we'll also be able to get ink, cod, a bunch of the sea stuff from the one farm grinding away. Sugarcane farm, and I need to finish up the librarians. I want a blue bird for a pet in my house, and I need to finish the extra armor. There's the turtle farm, the wool farm, flower farm, totem farm. Make the back door, acquire a horse, and lava moat the doors. Well, I'm not going to lava moat the front door. I really like the security of this, and I don't think it really needs a moat. So I think I'll be okay with this door like it is. But I started lava moating the back door here. And I'm going to make this a wall of water so you can just fly right through the wall over the lava. It'll be very Evel Knievel-ish, I guess, except I won't be on a motorcycle. And you hit that block, and the drawbridge comes up out of the lava, and I can walk across, and then it'll auto-retract. And the lava fills back in, so nothing can come get me with this big open door. I'm not too worried about it being open here. And there's the future stable for the horsey that I want. Because I want a horsey. It's a thing. I want to decorate in here so I can get rid of the torches. I still need to finish the towers on those two corners. I want to do some more defenses around the house here. House, castle, whatever. In the nether, I want to do a wither skeleton farm. I want to do a real gold farm. I want to do a real bartering farm with the item sorter. I want to do a ghast farm so I can get lots of tears. And side benefit, you get gunpowder with that also. So that'll be a fun one to do. And then I want to build a big nether hub. While I have the waypoints through the map mod, I kind of like the idea of building up a nether hub and going portal to portal and just using the teleportation waypoints as an early game crutch. We'll call it that. And then in the end, I want to make a wither rose farm and then a wither kill room underneath the center there. So I've started a shulker here for making the wither rose farm. I don't even have my first wither skull. And some of the artsy things that I want to do in this world, I want to do an underwater base with a coral reef decor and the aquatic block item storage. So it'd be a whole satellite base surrounded around, warm ocean with lots of tropical fish and all that stuff. But I think that'll be a really fun base to build. And then in the end, I want to completely eliminate a couple islands so it's an absolute void, and then build it up so that I have a space station, and I want to put some villagers in space so that I have my own space station in this world, even though we don't have the space mod. But those are more long-term projects, and after the surrounding village, house, and these farms are done, gotta set up this infrastructure first. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video here. We'll do a quick flyby of the house here. Castle Dark Phoenix is, I guess, what we'll call it, because of the black background and the phoenix. Whoever came up with this, I don't remember where it was when I found it online a while ago, but It was a red background. Awesome artwork. I wish I remembered your name so I could give you credit, but that is not an original. I just switched black for red, or red for black. So with that, let's do a quick flyover here. You can see the house. I can fly in the hole in the middle of the deck. And we have the village with a AFK spot up in the air for making gunpowder. And it also works good because I was able to make tons of slime. And oh, in my item sorter, my little inventory room, you saw where I had all the mob traps. I built one of the Nembomb mob farm designs when my little in the ground one failed epically. I was hardly getting anything out of it. So I built one of these. Here's the on-off switch, and it does the floodplain technique for running mobs off. And I have a little glass house up there that I can sit in. And on the bottom here, yeah, I have another village over here. But you can see there's the platters, and they just flood and knot over and over and over again. And all the items come down the tube. They're killed by campfires over the hoppers there. You see it just pulls down from a chest into this item sorter where I'm able to get the drops I need. And so, you know, I've cleaned it out fairly recently, so there isn't a whole lot in here. Well, I didn't clean out the arrows, but that's where I'm building up defenses, so that's coming soon. Anyway, we'll end it here. Hey, where are you? No soliciting. I'll let you guys go. I gotta go deal with this guy. Have a wonderful time Minecrafting, and stay tuned for the next video. It'll be me building some farms in the village and getting more infrastructure. So until then, take care, bye!